Come on. Come, Vinny. In. Come. Hey. There you go. You get that she crept all over me.
I missed that. Was that personal?
Eh?
Was it personal?
I don't. Well, no. No, they don't really carry vendettas. Yes, it's the afternoon, so they're extremely docile. They've just been on grass all day, so they need quite a lot of moving along, you know? And she's always the slowest, Barbie. She always comes at the end, but she gives quite a lot of milk.
What is that?
It's horn. When they get into, you know, establishing the hierarchy in the so have you done some footage at Emerson?
So you're part of the training program at Emerson.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
About the training program at Emerson.
Yeah, how it got you here.
Well, Plaw Hatch is obviously one of the kind of sister farms of Emerson. There's Plaw Hatch in Tablehurst, and so we do quite a lot of work at Plaw Hatch during the course of the first year.
So it's a practicum of sorts?
That's right, and so obviously I became kind of familiar with Plaw Hatch during that time. I worked here over December, and now I decided to do my 6-month placement here. It's the ideal farm for me. It's a small farm, a nice sized dairy herd, and all the types of cultivation and so on that I wanted to know about. So, and everything from the soil to the product, because everything's processed on the farm into milk or cheese or yogurt. So it's pretty much everything all in one. So I thought it would be a very good practical experience.
Thank you.
Well, you don't expect to find no machinery here, do you?
Say what?
I mean, yes, we do have to have machinery, so things are noisy, I guess. Some people think that biodynamic farming and machinery don't go hand in hand, but it's a must, you know. We're going to milk 29 this afternoon.
And that's normal?
Yeah, for this time of the year. A lot of cows have calved in the spring calving, so we've got a lot of cows to milk after that. And yeah, that's about normal. That's approaching the full kind of milkable size of the herd.
With 25 cows, you produce cheese and dairy products for how many people?
Well, it's difficult to say. It's a very difficult question. I actually don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure.
Okay. So Plaw Hatch provides what things for the local your little market here?
Plaw Hatch provides milk and milk products. That's the primary kind of agricultural section of the farm. So various dairy products, and then to complement that, we provide eggs and various vegetable items from the garden.
And then for the shop, the rest comes from Tablehurst?
And meat products come from Tablehurst, so the arrangement is generally that Tablehurst produces the meat in this cooperation between the farms, and we produce the milk products and the eggs, generally speaking. There's also an egg production unit at Tablehurst, which runs sort of separate from Tablehurst, in a manner of speaking.
Now, it seems to me like you're not 20 years old.
Right.
You went to study the biodynamics. What was your vision?
I've been in a career change process for about 5 years. I was in the corporate world before that. I did chemistry before. I was in the corporate world, and there was a time when I decided to pursue something else. And my primary interests are farming and agriculture and spirituality and music, strangely enough. And I've kind of pursued them all in parallel over the last 5 years. And biodynamics brings them together quite neatly, those three interests. And Emerson is probably the best place to pursue all three of those things kind of simultaneously: the arts, music, spirituality, and farming.
And what do you expect for the future for yourself?
Well, I actually have no idea. I mean, at my age, I also have to consider still utilizing the skills from my previous career, and so the knowledge and skills. So it's likely that I'll end up combining somehow farming and consulting, and perhaps teaching in agriculture and in, perhaps management in agricultural circles.
Thank you. Here we go.
Then you're off the hook.
Huh?
Then you're off the hook.
Am I off the hook?
Yes, when you've done this. Okay?
Cow in?
Yeah, I'm going to let some cows in. They're quite eager to come in now.
These are like prehistoric creatures.
What's that?
They're like prehistoric.
Do you think so?
Well,
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
I suppose so, in some way. Although
I mean, they've been bred for thousands of years for one purpose.
yes, they've been they're domesticated animals, and we've been looking after them to produce milk for, as you say, thousands of years. It's quite interesting, though. One of the questions is, you know, on a conventional farm, and even on many organic farms, they continue breeding them for maximum milk production, and we're not sure that that's the best way to go, because the view here is to breed for the herd rather than to breed for individuals, and part of that is to look after the health of the herd. And we think that some diversity in the herd in terms of how the herd is structured is more important than having a whole herd of top milk producers. So Tom Ventham has, over the years, built this herd into what looks like a very healthy herd that suffers rarely from any type of disease. And some of them are good milkers and some of them are not so good milkers, but we think that those that are not so good are in fact quite important members of the herd in some other way. This is part of the kind of Goethean way of interrelating with the cows, is to be more observant of what's going on in the herd and not focus too much on the quantitative aspects of just driving the volume all the time, which is what the conventional kind of business management approach would be. Now we're just waiting for them to milk. What's wonderful about this farm is the diversity. Here you see the ducks in amongst the cows, the chickens, yeah, only a moment ago. So it really is a regular farmyard, and the diversity is something that I think draws the public and fascinates them, because it's something that you rarely see on farms these days, is this type of happy farmyard that you see here. And at some stage we'll spray down with the hose, he knows that, and then he can get his share of the water, you know?